I can't thank you enough, bracers. Still, why would that Phantom Thief fellow steal a portrait of the Arsile? It certainly is lovely, but it's really nothing more than a simple portrait. It holds little monetary value. Well, he doesn't really care about value so much as he cares about pulling off a good prank or two. And it's probably our fault that the museum got wrapped up in his latest one. Sorry for putting you through it. No need to apologize, it wasn't your doing. And if anything, I'm very pleased with how you handled this. Excellent work. Yo, got that complete. So now we need to go back. We never actually did anything in the Calvardian Embassy. I completely forgot because I was so focused on the hint of the Grand Arena. In hindsight, I should have done that first and then gone to the Grand Arena. But you live and you learn, etc. Yeah, Calvardian Embassy. We have to go find what's-her-face? I forgot her name already. It should be the ambassador's office. Elsa, that was her name. Shall we say hello to Elsa? Alright, let me introduce you. Huh? Yes, come in. Pardon us, Elsa. Why, Zin Vatek. Hello, come in. Last I heard, you've returned to Calvard. What's an old dog like you doing back here in Grand Cell? Well, let's just say this old dog had a trick or two more to show off. I'll likely be here in Liberl for a while. As to be expected of an A-rank bracer, I suppose. You never let up, do you? So who's this with you? A pleasure to meet you, ma'am. I'm Estelle Bright of the Bracer Guild. These are, assistants, Olivier Lenheim and Chloe Rins. A pleasure, Ambassador. It's a pleasure to meet you, Ambassador. The pleasure is mine. I'm Elsa Cochrane, Calvard's ambassador to Liberl. I get the feeling this is a bit more than a social call, though. I'm afraid so. Ah, that letter. Yes, you're helping the Royal Army investigate the matter, then. Technically, yes. Threats of terrorism aren't exactly something the Guild can ignore either, though. Would you mind helping us out? Well, I suppose we're well stuck into the situation after all. What would you like to know? Well, to start with, do you have any idea who sent that letter? Like, does anyone in the Republic oppose the signing of the Packer? Well, of course, you're looking at one after all. Huh? Elsa, please, try not to tease the kids too much, yeah? Well, the truth's the truth, Zin. I'm pretty sure I've chewed your ear off about Erebonia enough for you to know what I'm thinking, huh? Well, yes. Still, Miss Bright, don't misunderstand me. President Rocksmith and Parliament have already approved the pact. My personal feelings won't get in the way of my job. Right. Is there anyone else from Calvard who might oppose the pact? Oh, certainly. They're all tiny groups, though. And to be honest, there's no real reason to oppose it anyway. No reason? I don't quite follow. It's not worth bothering. The pact doesn't have any practical effect. It's simply agreeing to the statement, we shall not rely on violence to solve international problems and negotiate instead. It's more of a declaration than anything else, but it is a little more than a promise which can be broken without consequence, save a lost face save a loss of face, no? Precisely, the worst it could do would be to rally other countries against the aggressor. Now, it's true that relations between Erebonia and Calvard have gotten even worse than usual over the past decade, so there's some value in establishing Liberl as a place where we can negotiate. But again, who'd bother opposing that? Yeah, it doesn't really seem like the thing you'd send a bunch of threatening letters about. Well, Ambassador Cochrane, if you don't believe someone from Calvard's the perpetrator, then whom do you suspect? Well, my gut, of course, tells me to blame it all on the Erebonians, their militaristic Hawk faction, specifically. But frankly, even they have that new engine on the line. They aren't so stupid as to cut off their noses to spite their faces. The new engine? Wait, you mean the one from the Arsile? Yes, an engineering sample will be provided to both Calvard and Erebonia. It'll happen right after the signing, in fact. Whoa. Ah, as to be expected of Queen Alicia. She holds both Empire and Republic in the palm of her hand. Yes, I have to admit, she's handled this masterfully. That cutting-edge engine's gonna birth a whole new generation of airship designs. And Alicia's practically handing it out, so long as you sign this agreement, and play nice with it and each other, at least for a while. Even the most poison ninnies among the Erebonian Hawks wouldn't want to miss this chance. Yeah, I guess so. Which means, of course, that the possibility that either the Republic or the Empire interfering, I said that right first, directly is pretty low. Indeed. Sorry I can't be of more help. No, you were a big help. Just being able to cross suspects off the list helps a lot. Oh, speaking of which, thought we'd though we'd like to ask you about something else. Harold Hayworth, a merchant from Crossbell, huh? I can't say it rings any bells, sorry. He's never visited the embassy, at least. Darn, well thanks. Do remember that Crossbell sits directly between Erebonia and Calvard, however. You may want to inquire at the Erebonian embassy as well. Okay, thanks, Ambassador. And thanks for being so open with us. You're quite welcome. I'm glad I can help. By the way, you said your name was Estelle Bright? You wouldn't happen to be Brigadier General Bright's daughter? Oh, you know Dad? Of course. Estelle, we're gonna start that again? The whole, like, hey, you know my father? The heroic vanquisher of the Imperial Army and now the head of Liberal's Royal Army. I've heard he had a daughter, but I didn't expect to meet you like this. Well, I'm just kind of an inexperienced newbie myself still. You're off to a good start then, I think. We at the embassy have relied on the guild a number of times in the past. Should the time come again, I hope you'll aid us, Miss Bright. Well, if the chance comes up, sure. Well, we'll see you around. Man, it'd be shocking, like, even if people outside of Liberal gotta know who Cassius is. Like, it'd be insane if anyone didn't know Cassius. Because of the way Zemiria is structured in, like, news and stuff. So, like, you know, Cassius was a member of the military and everything, so. Hello again. Lord Ambassador Crenane and Vander just returned. Perfect timing. Can we go in then? Sure. Welcome to the Erebonian Embassy. Do you remember that the embassy's Erebonian soil, so be careful, yeah? We will be. This literally looks like an exact Cold Steel location. Which doesn't surprise me because it's Erebonian. This is quite the building. Whoa, this place definitely matches the Calvardian Embassy in terms of fanciness. Grandiose and yet powerful at the same time. It's very imperial if nothing else. It is a stage upon which the Empire can parade its influence and power. Alas that the actors are unequal to set the dressing. You realize Lord Crana would hit the roof if he heard you say that. My most bosom companion. It has been an age. Are you well, Dio Mueller? I'll be better if I can cut you in half and be done with it. I told you again and again to ensure we're constantly aware of your location, and you... but 'tis a tactic in the war of love. Did you know? Absence makes the heart grow fonder, what? Still, Bright, you have my thanks. I love how Vander just, like, ignores Olivier's comments, just like, alright, yeah. I respect it. I can only imagine the trouble this idiot's been causing you. Well, he hasn't been too bad, I guess. He's been really well-mannered, comparatively. Well, ignoring the lunatic, I presume you have business here at the embassy? Yes, sir. We would like to speak to the ambassador. That letter, right? I've been somewhat concerned myself, but I'm surprised the guild is acting. This is a request from Brigadier General Bright and the Royal Army, I take it. Technically, yes, but we're trying to investigate as neutrally as we can. You know, nobody's guilty till proven that kind of thing. A commendable mindset, no doubt why he chose you. Very well, I shall introduce you to Ambassador Crana. I hate saying that name. I suspect you'll find it easier to gain his trust if I do the introductions as opposed to a certain someone. Really? Thanks, Mueller. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, sir. Wait, you really have so little faith in me? You, thought we have faith in you for this? If you introduced us, he'd probably want us to have us kicked out. Sorry, Olivier. The sting of being forsaken. The sting of the truth, maybe. Lord Crana is in his office on the second floor. I shall go announce your arrival. Give me a moment. We'll wait then. I love how straight Mueller is. So this is the office. Wow. Indeed. Shall we make our grand entrance and shock the ambassador into silence? Mueller can totally cut you in half, you know. I apologize for the wait. Lord Crana will see you now. Let's go then. Welcome to the Erebonian Embassy guests. I am Lord Deville Crana, the duty-appointed ambassador and voice of the Empire in this land. I'm Estelle Bright of the Bracer Guild. Zim Vatek, also of the Guild. Chloe Rin, second-year student at the Janus Royal Academy and assistant to the Bracers. And I am the servant of Love and Peace, Olivier Lenheim. Ugh, you. yeah, you. I heard you got missing in Elmo Village. Try not to worry Mueller further, Olivier. Or me, for that matter. Such a strict dressing down. Much more and I'll have to lose my jacket. Setting that aside, you're here to inquire about the threatening letter, yes? What do you want to know? Okay, I'll be direct, sir. Do you have any idea who might be behind that letter? Is there anyone in the Empire who might oppose the signing of the pact? My, you're direct, young Bracer. I appreciate that. I can tell you truthfully, however, that I can think of no such person. His Majesty is very happy with the pact as it stands, in fact, and no one within the Empire would be foolish enough to gainsay his leadership on such a matter, of course. Yeah, I bet. So you think it's the work of someone outside the Empire, then? What other answer could there be? If you want my opinion, it's the opposition party in Kalbar behind all this. Some silly ploy to make the president look bad, no doubt. The opposition doing whatever it pleases, this is a perfect example of the fallacy of the mob rule. I have to question that, your lordship. Don't get me wrong, our major political parties basically beat each other over the head anytime they can, but even if the pact fell apart due to this, I don't think anyone could blame it on President Rocksmith. Details, you think the mob thinks like that? All I can say for certain is that the person issuing these threats cannot be from our empire. That should be more than enough assurance for you. Well, excuse me, Lord Crana. May I ask what Chancellor Osborne's opinion of the non-aggression pact is? The man, the myth, the legend. Never did I think I would hear that name again. That's a lie. I totally thought I would hear that name again. What? Flawless riposte, Chloe. He was like barely mentioned in FC, was he? Who? The highest appointed official of our most glorious and august imperial government, the Blood and Iron Chancellor Gileath Osborne. That's all I'll say. I'm trying to keep this spoiler-free, as if people haven't played Cold Steel. His nickname comes from his personal motto, our nation's peace must be built on a foundation of blood and iron. He has overseen the expansion of the rail system, as well as the annexation of several smaller states on our borders through less than diplomatic means. I'm assuming by Olivier's dialogue here that he was not mentioned in FC. Maybe as Chancellor, but definitely not Osborne. Annex? Wait, you mean he... Olivier! How can you criticize your Empire's Chancellor? But Deville, how was I criticizing? I simply stated the facts. But come now, it wouldn't hurt to be a bit more cooperative, no? We've already spoken with the lovely Ambassador Crane over at the Calvardian Embassy. She was quite helpful, you see. What? Why, if we don't help these people now, we'll give them cause to doubt the character of Erebonia. That would be a tragedy, wouldn't you agree? My Lord Crana. There's no need to keep information related to this hidden. May I humbly suggest that being open in this case will not present a problem? You have a point, Mueller. Very well. To answer your question, Miss, Chancellor Osborne, like His Majesty, is the most receptive to his pact. In fact, I hear he is actually the one who suggested His Majesty should sign it. Really? That's because he's looking forward to getting the engine, right? No, apparently he recommended it to His Majesty before any mention of the engine. If anything, I'm glad there's harmony at home over this pact. There's been no pressure for us to negotiate. Hate to say it, Estelle, but it's looking like there really isn't a chance it's someone from the Empire. Yeah, it looks that way. Ambassador, thanks a lot for answering our questions. See, it is as I said. If you're looking for the guilty party, you should look elsewhere. Oh, but, one sec. If you don't mind, we have one more question. Yes, the most pitiable situation, the separation of a child from her parents. Imperial traders do visit the embassy at times, but a merchant from Crossbell, I do not recall such a man, no. Are you familiar with this Hayworth Mueller? No, I've never heard of the man either. Really? Aw, this is starting to look kinda grim. To search at once for both a blackmailer and a lost child's parents sounds most trying. It may seem trite, but I do wish you luck, young lady. Thanks, Mr. Lord Crana. Allow me to show you to the gate, then. thought you were gonna show me to the gate. Oh, you're behind me. I didn't realize you were accompanying me. I thought they were gonna fast travel me. Thanks, Mueller. Talking with the ambassador was a big help. No, you don't need to thank me. I didn't do anything important, really. Besides, this is a problem affecting all of our nations. We should be working together. Ha, indeed. I do hope we can solve this. Huh? Olivier, you're awfully quiet. Huh? Ah, it's nothing. I was simply lost in reverie for a moment. It doesn't concern our current business. Pay me no mind. Okay. Olivier, you'll be staying here at the embassy in the evenings while you're here in Grand Cell, yes? Ha, where else? I would not miss a chance to have more sweet dreams in your bed as always. Stop this. What? Oh my. Stop with the jokes before you give the ladies too many ideas and images. Push those jokes too far and I may have to spear you upon the embassy flagpole. Ah, so that's the direction I should approach from. You teach me more every day. Don't give him ideas. Alternatively, I could just cut you in half right here. I'm fairly sure I could explain it to Lord Crenna. That would be rather less lovely. Forgive the joke, my friend. So that's how you keep Olivier under control. Maybe I should write this down. I'd say they match each other perfectly myself. That's a terrifying thought. Well, regardless, I shall pardon myself here. Good luck with the rest of your investigation. Thanks again, Mueller. So much reading. I'm really glad I didn't go for that extra hour, like, when I was lightheaded. Luckily, I'm a lot better. With the embassies out of the way, all that's left is the liberal news. Hopefully, Niall or someone will be able to help us. Hopefully. Shall we be off? So we need to go to Niall, and then we need to go to Grand Cell Castle. Let's go visit my boy Niall first. I think this is in the West Block. Where you at, Niall? Oh, Estelle. Hey, Chief, it's been a while. What do you need today? Business with Niall? Yeah, I got some questions on some guild business. Is he back from Rouen yet? Yeah, he's back, but I think he stepped out to do some coverage. Ah, figures. He always does seem pretty busy. What's that? Well, that's our job after all. Don't know where he is, but I heard he'll be back by evening. Okay, got it, thanks. Seems we should start somewhere else. Yes, this probably could be the last place we visit. Alright, so we have to go to the castle first. I guess if you try going here first, it's going to be the same thing. You have to go to every other area first, maybe? By that dialogue. But let's go to Grand Cell Castle. Miss Julia, my idol, how on earth can I meet you? I guess sneaking into the grounds on the tour is the best way. Got some Julia fans here. Huh? Say, you're the winners of the martial arts, right? Martial arts competition. Haha, yeah, that's us. Thanks for your help back then. No worries, so what brings you here today? If you're here to see someone, that can certainly be arranged. Or did you just want to have a walk around the palace? That's okay too. Actually, I'm here on bracer business today. Which is to say, hello Dan, Atlas, Alutz probably is the best way to say that. It's been a while. Your Highness, Princess Claudia, we were not aware you'd return. Sorry to startle you two. I'm afraid I'm here on business, though. Estelle and I have some things in the castle to attend to. Could you let us pass, please? Of course, Your Highness. By your command, milady. Wow. Only slightly popular, isn't she? I mean, she's like the princess of the castle. I think I'm starting to get why that Duke guy is so jealous. Yeah, that Duke guy's a scumbag. Now entering Ladies Chloe and Estelle and their entourage. Open the gate. Open the gate, etc. Love these bells. Some water before they have me read more dialogue. Thank you, you two. Well, Estelle, welcome back to my house, as it were. Come on in. Thanks. This is some painful memories for Estelle. This is like where Joshua left her. Well, not the specific location, but Grand Cell Castle, like the rooftop of Grand Cell Castle. But you know what I mean. Okay, time to nose around the castle a bit. So obviously we should talk to Queen Alicia, both to ask about the letter and just to say hi, but... Let's see, who else? Julia's gone, right? Yeah, she was training with Cassius. Yeah, she's currently at Leiston Fortress overseeing the refitting of the Arsail. Well, that's gonna make things a bit harder on us. She probably could have given us a lot of help with this mess. Who else could we confer with, I wonder? With Julia absent, I think our best bet is Hilda, at least concerning Bren's parents. Hilda. I had to. If the Haywoods have ever visited the castle, she would know. Yeah, Hilda kind of seems to have some sort of castle sense about these things. So where will we find them, you think? Grandmother should be in her chambers at this hour. And Hilda? If she isn't in the maid's room, they can tell us where she is at least. Good idea. Maid's room and the Queen's chambers. Off we go. Queen's chambers first, because that's easier. This is not the Queen's chamber. Man, this brought back some memories from the end of FC. Pretty big memories. It's such a relief that the Duke's staying over in the villa. After all, the Duke was always staring at people with these lecherous, dirty eyes. Okay. Stream just disconnected? I'm sorry about that. It was really weird. That happens every now and then. Not a good thing that it happens, but it just does. Oh, these are the painful memories for Estelle. This is more or less where she, like, got rejected by Joshua, or he left her, whatever you want to call it.